Welcome. Namaste, beautiful souls. Welcome to my channel. My name is Sadhana, and today I think we're going to have a lot of fun. Today we're going to do an unboxing. I'm going to take you step by step through my process, my thought process, especially when I know that a deck is deserving of a little more time. And I'm really excited to share all of this with you. So we'll begin very, very shortly. I just want to start by going through a few announcements. And again, I will do that at the end if you miss them. So last week on Lavender Moon's channel, I messed up. I did not show up when I was supposed to. And so I will be doing my Tarot Master class tomorrow at 12 Pacific. I went 3 hours in the wrong direction last time. So that was completely my fault. So I'm going to be talking about the court cards, and Amber and I will have a good chat tomorrow afternoon, Lavender Moon. And then my classes, my tarot classes, other classes start a week today. And the first class, hello Woven Pixel, hello JR. The first class that is starting is yogic practices to awaken your intuition. And that starts a week today. This is one of my favorite classes. These are a lot of my favorite practices that I do myself on a regular basis. This is not a physical movement class, even though it has the word yoga in the class. There are a couple of breath practices, different styles of kind of clearing and purifying the third eye chakra, the pineal gland, introduction to meditation kind of practices, and all of them come with the intention of purifying and awakening and stimulating the third eye chakra so that we can learn to trust our intuition a lot better. And so this starts a week today. All of the classes are listed in the shop on my webpage. And if you go to the description below, you go in the description box below where it says other offerings by Sadhana, all of the classes are there. Okay. And then the tarot classes start. And there's something for everyone. There's a court card class, there's a minors class. There is a Read With Me 1 and 2. So Read With Me 1, it's been really good. And I want you to also know that my classes evolve. They're never the same each time I teach them. Read With Me 2 is going to be focusing on timing in tarot. Read With Me 1 focuses on how I go about reading. So the story weaving of reading, how I bring in the energy of the faces and the people, and the aspects of who, what, where, when kind of thing. Read With Me 2 is going to be a lot about seasons and timing and all that kind of stuff. So please go check out my shop. There's lots of many offerings there. Okay. So I'm excited about this, what we're doing today. There's a lot of unboxings on YouTube. And I don't know if you watch, it's fun to watch unboxings when you've got nothing to do and look at pretty cards and so forth. But I wanted to do something more than that. I wanted to take you into my mind, into my heart, onto my table. So you could really see what I do and how I go about doing it. And I haven't even revealed the deck that we're going to do today. So I hope it's a deck that you enjoy and you're interested in. And so what I encourage you to do, if you do have a deck that you haven't cracked the cellophane on, to go get it. And we could do this together. Alternatively, go get a cup of coffee, go get a pot of coffee, and come back and join. Just pause and come back whenever you're ready. So hello to Diana La. Welcome to you as well too. So I'm going to break the suspense. So we're going to do today's demo with the Hoodoo Tarot. And I want to say a couple of things about this deck. One is that I have never watched a walkthrough of this deck. I have never watched any reviews or anything. I've hardly seen pictures of it. What I have seen are a couple of people speak to it. I've seen a couple of readings with it, and there was something about the deck that just moved my heart. And I knew this was a deck that I wanted to work with, that I wanted to get to know. And so I ordered it, and I knew I had a lot going on, so I put it away. And I tend to do that, like if I feel like I know for sure this is a deck I'm going to work with, I will order it. And then when I'm ready, I'm going to open it and start working with it. So that's the deck that we're going to crack open today. Now, before we do that, there's a couple of things I just want to really take you through this. So we're going to go to the other camera. We're going to put the look this way. All right. So as I was contemplating this deck and how I wanted to open this deck, I really felt the kitchen table tarot energy of it. And oh my God, if I could go into the deep south 100 years ago and be this white woman sneaking across a lawn and going to somebody's kitchen table and learning from the wisdom and the treasures of these women, or, I mean, some of it doesn't feel like that old, and maybe my assumptions are all wrong, but this is really magical energy. And so what I thought I wanted to do today was to pull a couple of cards before we start. I have taken out the 16 court cards from Dust to Onyx, and so I'm going to pull one of those just to kind of watch over us. And I also have the Weaver's Oracle here, and I thought we could pull a Weaver as well to kind of watch over us. So I guess the first step, part of my process, is to, if it feels like an important deck, if it feels like, it's just not another RWS clone, it's not something that I know that I can read right out of the box, is that I want to create the space. And so that's what I'm doing right now. I'm creating the space for welcoming the Hoodoo Tarot. And I'm shuffling the Weaver's Oracle by the lovely Heron Killian. Oh, already the voice goes. I switched the first and the last letters of her name, Carolyn Hillier. And I'm not going to read you the lengthy description, but I will just double check the directions and so forth of the Weaver. Oh my goodness. You can't make this stuff up. Look at the Weaver. Holy cow. All righty. We're going to go and just look at her, part of her tail. Oh my goodness gracious me. Okay. Before I sat down, I also ironed the tablecloth and I smudged a little bit. This is Jagged Shamanka. She cherishes the anarchic soul. Her direction is east and her clan is earth. And I'm just going to read you a couple of phrases from just selected things. A nest of bones is significant in here. I'll read you her braid in a minute. So let's go to this. At the end of the valley, a small figure scrambled over ragged rocks, running like a fox low to the ground. She leapt with precision between boulders and gorse, sniffing the air, chattering to the land and to herself. She headed down with the river, dropping from the high moor into a sharp gully. Water growled through huge boulders piled along the valley floor, slippery and dark, where the river spat around them. Chaste winter, still perched on the brink of unformed spring, clinging to a stark promise of bud and leaf. Soon the land would soften, but not yet. A single stunted hawthorn tree grew here, gripped by cold ground and sculpted by relentless wind. So the first thing that's coming up is that the energy of the season is exactly where I am right now, at that transition between the frozen ground and spring not quite being here. I would love to read you this whole thing, but I need to go on. So the three symbols we want to look at are the nest of bones, the bird bone rattle, and there's something about the perilous ledge. Okay, so let's just go over here to her braid. A nest of bones is always a startling thing to encounter in the landscape. There is no avoiding the visceral, raw intensity of it. Once seen, there is no forgetting the bare defiance with which it sits next to the path. If the traveler does not know feral nature in all its snap tooth, stink flesh, dribble eye, rot foot reality, then the bone nest invites her to the party. The bird bone rattle resonates perfectly with the ragged, jagged songs of untamed moorland. The hollow bird bones roll and cackle inside the hard skin belly of the rattle, enticing the traveler to behave more haphazardly. And then the perilous ledge, at once caught within the song, it will not be long before the traveler finds herself perched on a perilous ledge, the inevitable outcome of bad journeys across unforgiving land. It is a point of no return. With impenetrable rock behind and terrifying emptiness in front, this is the moment when the traveler finally consumes every greasy morsel of fear and fury that anarchic nature has thrown at her, and she learns how to dance. Oh my God, just look at her face. So incredible. I don't think Spirit could have chosen a better weaver to support us. Okay, and now I'm shuffling the 16 court cards from Dust to Onyx, and we're going to choose one of them. Now, there's something about the court cards in this deck that I find they are so mesmerizing. There's just something about them that just takes me to another space. They're like, for me, they are the highlight, the very best energy of this deck. One of them fell out, so we're going to go with Mama Gourd. Okay, so there is Mama Gourd, and I will read you one or two lines from Courtney's reflections on Mama Gourd. So this would equate to the Queen of Cups, if you're not familiar with this deck. And the mamas come after the papas in this deck. In case you know. So nurturer, mystic, artistic, intuitive, and perceptive. So kind of perfect, hey, for this deck. She has a couple of beautiful quotes here. Ooh, let's read this one. Everyone understands that love comes in many different packages and is used in many different ways. You cannot love beyond your years, nor can you fail to love beneath them. In other words, I think you get the love you need when your heart opens. Nikki Giovanni. Mama Gourd comes to you. When Mama Gourd comes to you, take time to look into the mirror she has presented. It will reveal truths, even painful ones, needed for you to heal and grow. She will also teach you to trust in the guidance and gifts you've been given. There may be a friend you can lean on or another caring woman to guide you through. If you feel drawn to pull these qualities from within your own feelings, own your feelings, all of them. Remove the boundaries of your imagination and tap into the visionary that has so many wonderful ideas to birth. And again, there's a discussion of fears here. Release your fears and allow your empathy and psychic awareness to open you to prophetic dreams and insights. Okay, so we have these two divine feminine energies watching over us as we unbox the Hoodoo Tarot. So what do you think? Kind of perfect, eh? All right, let's put these decks out of the way so we can give the full space here. I'm just going to check in with the chat just in case I missed anything. Hello, Dee Dee. Welcome to you as well, too. If there's anything you want me to speak to in general, please tag me. I do have the YouTube chat open as well. And welcome to Alana and V. Hello, hello. Okay. Yeah. So here we go. I don't usually do, like right from the cello on my channel. I just feel like there's so much of that going on, but here we go. Cello goes into the recycling pile where I live. And I have looked at the box. I mean, we're not going to go into those kind of details. I really want to take you through my process. I want to recognize Tiana Lee McQuiller. And the artwork is by Caitlin V. Voicey. The other, I did have a glance at the back, and something I was not aware was that there is a botanical thread that also runs through this deck. And coincidentally, I have a couple of botanical oracle decks right beside me. So at the end, depending on how the timing goes, I may pull a botanical card as well too. I have two floral cards beside me, I should say. I do not have a plant medicine deck beside me. Okay, so a little sticky coming out. These boxes I tend to put away. I have a box of boxes, and the box of boxes goes, yeah, it's nowhere near where I do my readings. And then I will put these into a bag, and I have a bookshelf where I put the large guidebooks. If it is a guidebook that I know that is essential to understanding of the deck. Yeah, so you can see the backs. All right. Like I said, I have not seen this deck other than in a couple of readings. So what you're getting here today is my real process, like the real process of how this actually goes, not an edited video. So the way that it's packaged, we have the free man, which is the 0. And so the first part of my process is to, and you can tell when they're packed in two, there's this separation. It's just to kind of hold the cards in my hands. And then very quickly, we're just going to go through and we're going to welcome each of the cards. I'm not really going to comment unless something sticks out to me. And I just say hello to all of the cards. Part of this process, there we go. Part of the process is that I will be choosing my favorite card as well as my least favorite card. And I also will separate them into suits. Okay, so I'm just going to say welcome to the Freeman, the Black Herman, Miss Ida, the Big Queen, John Horse, Bishop C.H. Mason, welcome. Number 6 is Courting. Number 7 is Railroad Bill. Strength. Dr. Grant is 9. Aunt Carolyn is 10. Amber is snowing in the background if you hear her. 11 is Dr. Buzzard. 12 is Gula Jack. Ooh, I quite like this card. I quite like this card. I might put that in one of the favorites pile. Ancestors is 13. 14 is Father Sims. This is another card that really kind of strikes me. I'm going to pull that out. 15 is Miss Robinson in front of Bristol's funeral home. 16 is the Big House. 17 is the grandchildren. That is gorgeous. That's another card that I'm very, very drawn to. 18 is Pa. Oh, that's another one. Really like that one. So Pa is going to go in that pile. Big Mama is 19. 20 is, oh, so I love this. 20 is Dem Bones. So this is the picture that is on the front of the guidebook as well as the box. And 21 is the Garden. This is a beautiful card. Paper Moon, you have this deck and haven't really figured out how to use it. Oh, you're so welcome. So that's another really stunning card. Okay, so those are the majors. And I've pulled a few that have really attracted my attention. So now we go to sticks, and I have not looked at the guidebook, so I'm assuming these are the wands energy, but we'll see. So Mother of Sticks, Father of Sticks, Daughter of Sticks, and Son of Sticks. Okay, so I am going to put these into suits. We have all the court cards that are packed up at the top. So I'm going to right now put these into groups. Then we have Mother of Baskets. I saw this on the back of the box, and I knew this is one of the cards that I really just felt super attracted to. Father of Baskets, Daughter of Baskets, and Son of Baskets. So I'm assuming that's the cups. Mother of Knives, Father of Knives, Daughter and Son of Knives. Mother of Coins, Father of Coins. Ooh, I like this card. Very interesting. And this to me looks like a very, well, I don't know, could be a different generation as well too. And I feel like we have multiple decades here we're looking at. Daughter of Coins and Son of Coins. I'm going to put this one into the favorites. So far, I haven't had a card that's really stuck out at me as like, oh, what the heck is that? I haven't had that kind of visceral feeling yet. Ace of Sticks. Wow, look at this Two of Sticks. That is gorgeous. Okay, that's going to go into my favorites pile. Three of Sticks. Four of Sticks. Five of Sticks. Six. I find this also an important process just in case there is a card missing as well too. And just to get an initial, the artwork on this 7 is absolutely gorgeous. And I'm not sure what I'm looking at in this 8 of Sticks. 9 and 10 of Sticks. Okay, so that's going to go into the sticks pile. Ace of Baskets. So all I'm doing right now is just kind of welcoming the deck. 2, 3. Wow, that's gorgeous artwork. I've seen a few teenagers with that face. 5 of Baskets. 6, 7. Interesting. Look at the expression on the face. The faces I can tell are going to be an important part of this deck. 9 of Baskets and 10. Interesting. Okay, so let's move the baskets out of the way. Put them with the court card baskets. Ace of Knives. 2. Okay, so there's something about her expression. I don't know. I don't know what the black is over the eyes. Are those coins? They may be coins. So if that's the case, she's lying down. I'll have to look at the guidebook for that one. 3, 4, 5 of knives. There's a coin in the teeth. 6, 7. You know what? This one looks really cheesy to me. Really cheesy. I don't know why. There's something about that expression. I wonder if that should go into the cards that I don't really resonate with pile, just for initial impressions. 8. Wow. 9 of knives. That's wow, wow, wow. And 10 of knives is in front of the church. Wow, that 9 of knives, that's pretty powerful. That's going into the favorites pile. Okay. And then the last one here, we have Ace of Coins. So we have, it looks like a plate, a pie. There's a coin in the pie. 2 of coins. That feels a little bit out of place to me. 3 of coins. And again, I just feel a little bit of cheese there, but I'm not sure about that. 4 of coins. Whoa, this is extraordinary. I am really looking forward to reading the guidebook on the 5 of coins. Hello to those of you joining us. 6. Ooh, stunning. That's a very stunning face on the 7 of coins. 8. Okay, so 9, there's some kind of craft going on here in this 9 of coins. Her hand up here has a needle or a pen. And I'm sure that the pattern in the fabric also has a message. And then there's the 10 of coins. Okay, so step 2 is to go through and just to welcome all of the cards. And then I'm going to look very quickly at the ones that I thought that really wowed me. They were my favorites. 9 of knives. Wow. Extraordinary. And for very different reasons, right? Very different reasons they just really kind of struck me. 2 of sticks, so 2 of wands. Something about this Father of Coins really, and the Mother of Baskets really speak to me. I pulled out the World card, but it's okay. I mean, it's pretty artwork, but I'm just going to move that to the side. Father of Coins, I'm going to put back in the coins pile. The moon is called Pa. Interesting that the moon is Pa, not Ma. So for me, usually the lunar association is feminine and the solar association is masculine. And I just need to double check and see. So yes, so the sun is Big Mama. So this is a reversal of energy for me. The grandchildren are the star, so 17. That's a pretty special card. And there's something about 14. The card is called Father Sims. This is the Temperance card. I really quite like this card. And 12 is Gula Jack. And I can tell there's a lot of amazing energy that's going to come off this card. So that's a lot of cards that, you know, like if I can't really pick a favorite out of these ones. So that's a part of my process as well too. So now I need to put these back into the, so there were 4 majors and 3 minors, not 1 from each suit. Mother of Baskets, 2 of Sticks, and 9 of Knives. Okay. And 2 of Coins goes there, and 7 of Knives is in my hand. All right, so let's start with the wands. I tend to, when I go through the next step, is to look at the energy of the minors. I find that I can learn a lot in a deck from the minors. So here in the 2, we have this figure kind of beginning this journey, and these are just in the order that they're in my hand. And then in the 10, we can see kind of like the full cycle of this journey. And I want to get a feeling for these cards before I go to the guidebook. And I know that this guidebook is full of wisdom, and it's going to help with the reading of the cards because there's a lot of rituals and traditions, I understand, that that are built into the energy of this deck. Okay. And so here we have a gun. Right, so here is a gun, and we have skulls on top of the sticks here, and the 9 of Sticks. So I'm going to have to kind of explore the energy of what those sticks represent. And then, okay, now I see more here. So in the 8 of Sticks, there's a woman in front of a tree, and it looks to me like the sticks are moving into this tree. This might also be a tree house. I'm not sure what that 8 represents at this point. In the 7, I'm going to get my little toothpick here. And if you would like me to respond to one of your comments, please tag me. I'm keeping my eye on the YouTube chat. It's 3:33. Bless. Bless, bless. There's an alligator head here. So this is going to be something that I'm sure that Tiana speaks to. This is very RWS kind of 7 of Sticks. It's just we have this additional energy here of the crocodile head. Okay, so that is 7. 6, again, you know, kind of straight up RWS. There's something here that probably has a meaning. This symbol, I'm guessing, in the center of the 6. Loving the energy of this 5. So if you look in the background of the 5, there is this almost looks like somebody has their hand over their mouth. There's whispering, there's talking behind the back. But the person who is emerging in a very strong way. Like I feel like they know that they feel their strength in separating from the rest of the group. And I love that there's a shift in color from the foreground to the background. The colors in this deck are very subtle. So I have a feeling that when colors match in a reading, there's going to be something that arises. The 4 of Sticks feels very beautiful. It feels very easy to read. The 3 of Sticks. Okay, so I need to kind of look up and see what this is that's been woven together that is hanging between 3 sticks, not 4 sticks. So I can't see anything else on that one right now. And, oh, you know what? I feel like There's no aces. Are the aces missing? I'm going to actually have to pause and go to the guidebook because there's no aces. And then these are the four court cards for this. So very quickly, I'm just going to go and check that out. There is Ace of Sticks. Yes, there is. Oh my God. Okay, so that is the Ace of Sticks. Very, very phallic. Very phallic. And there's some other things going on in this card that I need to investigate. Oh, which is look, it's the same hide that's in the daughter here. So we have some kind of connection going on. So part of this process is to start a preliminary examination of anything that is connected with either within a suit or within the deck. And I'm looking over here at something in the Mother of Sticks. And it almost looks like that ace. Where did it go? The phallic ace. No, I don't know where it went. There's something about the sticks in this mother here too. I can tell there's going to be something about tobacco that will be important. And so far the flowers, the medicine of the flowers and the plants hasn't really stuck out to me. I'm going to right now take out the Ace of Sticks if I can find it. That's unusual that that happened. Okay, so now let's go through the journey. I've got the baskets here. So kind of simple, easy to read, 10 of baskets. The 9 to me looks a bit like a 7 of cups, you know, with all those things that are separated. It feels like there's a lot of things that are isolated, disconnected. It just feels like a lot of stuff. So very much not like a wish card in any way. It feels very much like a excessiveness, you know, an excessiveness card. And if this is baskets, this is the emotions. This is not the pentacles. So that's really interesting that this feels like stuff and not feels like emotionals. Maybe there's an emotional attachment to this. So let me know what you're picking up on that, because to me that feels a little strange. And then I think here we may have a bathtub, but I'm not sure. So that's the 7 of baskets. There's 7 baskets up here. I'm not really sure. I don't know why I'm thinking. And then it looks like we have lavender and some other things here. We have something blurred, a human blurred in the foreground. 6 of baskets, easy to read. Now in the 8 of baskets, this card is moving on. The figure is moving towards us. Probably important because we've been given the clue already that from the back of the deck that the flowers are important. And the expression on the face is, yeah, it's a very almost an indifferent expression. Okay. It feels to me in the 5 that there's been some kind of violation. Or neglect. And this card is often one of connection between divine and the material. And so in the background, there's a little bit of weather, lightning going on. And I need to look at the card more carefully to see what this is in the background. And what has been destroyed in the background, I'm not exactly sure. You know what? I didn't go through did I go through my least favorite cards? I think this one, there's something annoying about that card to me. Three of Baskets looks like a beautiful painting. So in the Three of Baskets, hello. Oh, that's just smoke. I couldn't figure out what that was hanging in the air. I kind of like this, you know, they are each doing their own thing around a table. There's three baskets in the foreground. It's very peaceful. It's not necessarily a card of celebration, might connect to the 10 of Baskets or the 10 of Pentacles. Let's look quickly to the 10 of Coins and just see what's going on in the 10 of Coins. Ten of Coins is here. Right, so it feels a little different energy than a traditional Three of Cups. Lots of green, something to note in the Two of Baskets. Okay, and this one's going to take some exploration in this Ace. What this actually is down here. And there's wheat. Looks like there's wheat on either side. I'm going to put that with that other Ace up here. Oh my God, this sun is so sweet. I don't know if you can see his face. He's very, very sweet. The court cards in this deck are excellent. There's the Daughter of Baskets. And the Father. Quite a bit of color in the background of the Father of Baskets. Okay. Oh, and the Mother. I don't know if I showed you the Mother. Okay. All right. So then let's go and have a look at the coins. So I already showed you the 10. So we'll go backwards in this one. And so the 9, I pointed out already that there's this, it's unusual, like this hand is up here in the left side. I'm getting a different vibe from the 6. So there's money and coins and dice. So this feels a little different to me. This 8 of Coins to me looks like a love letter. There's flowers, beautiful expression on the face. The posture of the person is very strong. It's erect. Yeah, this is kind of a beautiful card, that 8 of Coins. And the 7, you know, the funny thing about this 7 of Coins, she's in the garden, she's bent, she's leaning over, but she's so beautifully made up and beautifully dressed. And it almost looks like she has matching shoes on. So I'm a little confused by this. There's a cow, looks like here over on the right side. Okay, the 4, this is another interesting one. So here, so we have, oh, look what we have around the neck as well too. And here we have coins on one side, and then we're weighing the chicken on the other side. So I want to go to the Justice card and just have a look and see what's going on in the Justice card. So that was Dr. Buzzard. And Dr. Buzzard, and I don't know if this is a statue or an angel, and Dr. Buzzard is out front preaching in front of the court. And there's a scale here. And in Dr. Buzzard's hands, hard to say what we have. Hard to say. Okay, interesting. Okay, let's just finish the coins. I don't know. This one, doesn't this one look kind of cheesy too? I don't know. I'm not sure I like that card. And the Ace of Coins is the coin in the pie. Now, my mother used to do this. She would put coins in the birthday cake and she would wrap them in little pieces of paper. So I'm familiar with this tradition, but interesting what Tayana has to say about that tradition. So we'll look at the aces in just a second. 5 of coins. Okay, so some kind of ritual going on here. This, I don't know if this is air or this is fire. The boy standing in the 5 of coins at the, oh. I think I spoke, this is the 5 of coins. So the card, just a second, I misunderstood a card and I want to pull the one that hold on. Okay, so this is the card I confused. So I was thinking this was the 5 of coins, but this is the 5 of coins. This is the 5 of cups. So in the 5 of cups, it feels like tremendous desolation. And in the 5 of coins, we have, yeah, we'll have to look at that up and see what's going on. So I'm going to just put the 5s to the side as well, too, because they're another important card to look at as initial impressions. We have in the 6 of coins, we have the astrologer. And I want to go back to the 6 of baskets. No, that wasn't that one. Another card. My goodness. Okay, so I messed up another one as well too. So this is the 6 of coins, right? The one that's traditionally of giving and receiving. And I kind of got a mixed impression with another card, which hopefully will come back in a moment. Okay. And then mother, which feels very contemporary to me. So the mother and the daughter in coins, it feels like a very contemporary picture. That was the 2, which feels a little bit out of place with the tidal wave. Oh, that's the Son of Coins. Ah, ha, ha, ha. Yes. Thank you. Thank you. Okay, that's the Son of Coins. So the Son of Coins is the astrologer. The Son of Coins is the astrologer. Okay, we're good. And the Father of Coins is a diviner of some kind as well, too. Okay, so where was the 6 of coins? Here's the 6 of coins, right? That I said looked a little odd. Right, Sun, not 6. Okay, there we go. And then let's look at the knives. Very quickly go over the knives. So 7 of knives. What is going on in this card? I'm going to have to read this one. This one's bothering me. 9. Okay, so look at the artwork on this 8. You know, I usually really like this suit. These 2 cards, I don't know what it is. Something's not sitting right with me. The 6 of knives is beautiful. So in the 10 of knives, it looks like there's a body. I think there's a body, and the legs of the body are inside the church, and the knives are in the body, and this is in front of the church, is what it looks like to me. Hey there, Neem. So yeah. And then, okay, so here's a 5. We'll look at the 5s in a moment. Love the 4. Okay, so in the 3, looks like this is a gravestone. There's 3 knives in the back. And we also need to look to the tradition of the bottles hanging in the tree. There may be something with that as well too. So there's 3 bottles hanging in the tree. And also I spoke to this one. So I'm assuming these are coins on the eyes. Okay, in the Ace of Knives, this is kind of significant what's down here. And if you look in the background, I see a face in the background in the clouds here, and I see a side profile of a face here as well too. So it almost looks like in the ether, there's 2 faces here. Darcy, this is the Hoodoo Tarot. The Son of Knives has his eyes closed. He's walking away. What is in his right hand? Hard to say. So one of the things I do look at in a deck is what is in the right hand, what is in the left hand. That does kind of speak to something. And then around the Daughter of Knives, it's just chaos. This almost looks like, you know, a 9 of Knives. And this is the Father. This is another odd card. So there's clocks. There's some clocks in the basket and other things. And it looks like the Mother of Knives is a teacher. But I may be wrong there. Okay, so let's look at the 4 aces. Ace of Sticks, Ace of Coins, Ace of Baskets, and Ace of Knives. So part of my process is the journey from the Ace to the 10 and seeing if it is expressed well in the deck, you know. And I feel with these aces a lack of clarity with all of them. You know, if the aces hold the potential of the whole, if the aces hold the potential of the whole suit, then everything we need to know about that suit is contained there within. And I'm just going to slip the 10s underneath, and then we'll have a look at the aces and the 10s side by side. Because I'm feeling like this is not something that's going to help me with this deck. But we'll see. Okay, I think it's important to see it, if nothing else. So with sticks, this is your journey. Notice it's an uphill. And I'm very, very excited to pull in the plants and to start to look at the plants. Okay, so that's your sticks journey. Your baskets journey. So again, I'm really going to have to look at this. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 people. They're holding a jar. There's baskets overhead. Some of this might become clear as I read the guidebook. Hello, IT guy. Welcome, Joseph. Neem says this is one of those layered decks where you either know or learn about the traditions for the readings to really hit. Otherwise, using it as a regular RWS would kind of be like underutilizing. Yeah, no, I totally get that. And I have every intention of taking my time and learning the traditions. What I'm sharing here, Neem, is initial impressions and kind of understanding which cards are going to take some more time. So, and also my process, right? My process of getting to know a deck. So this ace, of the 3 suits we've looked at so far, I kind of feel the journey of the suit most in this one. And then here's the journey of the coins, ace to 10. And in the 10 of coins, we are, it almost looks as if like everyone's taken their coin from their pie. Or if only one person gets the coin in this, the way that my mother used to do it, she would put a coin, I think she put in more than one. So she would put in a few coins. So not everybody would get a coin, but they all collected their coins here together in the center of the 10 of coins. Okay, so that's kind of interesting. Let's look at the 5s, these are the challenging cards, because sometimes these in a deck can really help to, we've got coins, baskets, and knives. We're missing 5 of sticks. So I'm going to have to look up this tradition, which I don't understand. That makes a lot of sense as well. So it looks like within the 5s, there's a lot to learn. There's a lot to understand. 5 of coins, 5 of baskets, 5 of knives, 5 of sticks. Okay. So the other thing that really, really helps me in working with a deck is when there's interaction between the court cards. And so I'm wondering, about this Mother of Coins lying in bed, taking her time off, which is beautiful. And I know a lot of decks do this, but I feel a little bit of disconnect in the court cards of this suit. That's just an observation. That's all I'm saying. And I'm sure more will arise as I start to work through the suit. So this is my question to myself, do any of the court card suits, do I feel that connection? So here's the Mother and Father of Sticks. So here we're in more of a Native American tradition. And this doesn't look like a peace pipe. It looks like a cigarette. The Daughter of Sticks, super active. And our Son of Sticks is very young. So as far as I can tell, this is the only really, really youthful court card in this deck. No problem, Neem. I'm just slowly, this is my very first look at this deck. And I just want to share with you kind of what goes on in this little head of mine as I do this. All right. So we don't need to pull out the other court cards, but this process for me it's kind of important. I may as well do it because we've started. So here's your mother. And now the mother is standing in front of, I don't know what this is she's standing in front of. It's not a calendar. It's a chart of some kind. Is it used for some kind of divination? And then the Father of Baskets is outdoors. This is a boat in the background. So she's indoors, he's outdoors. She's reaching, she's calling to you. He's sitting back, kind of content. The daughter is, so again, this is not a suit where it's quite young. This Son of Baskets, a lovely, lovely card. So in this deck, if you are looking for connection between the families and the courts, connections between the mothers and the fathers, connections between the daughters and the mothers. It looks to me like that's not an aspect of this deck. So that's part of why I do this, is to see if that energy is built into the deck. Okay, I saw my name, but it's not in caps and it's not tagged. So if you want me to reply, it would really be great if you could tag me or cap my name. I'll just go back and just double check. Okay. Oh, and it's funny. Okay. Oh, I see an at Sadhana, but it's not tagged. Antoinette. Hello, Antoinette. Oh, thank you, Antoinette. I appreciate it. Okay. So that's kind of like the general. And so now the next step for me is to go here, and I want to find out who Tiana is, right? Who is this person that's created this deck? And so in a good guidebook, so at the back usually, you can turn to the back. Let's zoom out. For those of you that missed the beginning, we pulled 2 cards to kind of watch over our process today. And then find out who she is. Okay, so she is a tarot consultant, cultural anthropologist, a scholar of religion, esoterica, and mysticism. She's conducted field work in New Orleans and Brazil, and is a member of the Society for Anthropology of Religion, the Society for Anthropology of Consciousness, the American Academy of Religion, and the New York Classical Club, the author of Root Work, 2003. Maybe this is an older picture. She's like all this experience on a super, super young face. If somebody wants to do a quick Google search and tell me how old she is, because that's something I would definitely do. And also the Sibyl's Oraculum and others. She lives in New York City. So for me, this is an important part of the process, is trying to figure out who these people are that have, I have Dust to Onyx. Are you going to get the Dust to Onyx? I have Dust to Onyx, Andrew. I used it in the reading in the Facebook group yesterday, so that's going to be our deck for this month. And then the illustrator looks like she's not a Black woman. That doesn't mean she doesn't have some. She is an artist, a circle leader, and a tarot consultant. Her fine art pieces have been displayed at the Worcester Museum. Sorry, I know that's not how you say that. Ohio History Museum, and many other places. Okay, so she's quite a well-renowned artist. Lots of credits here to her name, and something about film as well too. Okay, so for me, that's important to know, like, who is this? Who's created this piece of work? And then the second thing that is really important is that to go to the background story, like, what is this deck? Why is this deck? I don't want to burn the guidebook. So we have a section, what is hoodoo? So it's been 20 years since she wrote her book, Root Work. And I might be inclined very much to go, oh, I see. Are you going to unpack the Dust? No, I'm not unpacking Dust Onyx today. So what I did at the beginning, Andrew, was I chose two cards to look over us as we went through this process. I shuffled the 16 court cards from Dust to Onyx, and Mama Gord is sitting here watching over us. And I shuffled the Weaver's Oracle, and here Moore, Jagat Shamanika, is watching over us. And so that was part of my process of starting today, was to find and select these guardians to be with us on this journey of unpacking this deck. So we have I would read that for sure. That feels really, really important. And it looks like there's a lot of a lot of details here to describe. We've got the origin of hoodoo, the forms of divination traditionally used in hoodoo. So I will spend some time reading those pages. And then another section on getting to know the hoodoo tarot. So it's good to have this background information before you start to work with the deck. And I definitely will be reading that and not, what I want to say, like, I'm not going to jump in and read with this deck until I understand where this deck is coming from. Okay, sample readings. Don't put that thing on me. Catch a trick reading. Sorry, you can't see that. And then there's sample interpretations as well too, which is excellent. Okay, and that goes on. Beautiful. Okay, so now let's look at how she has set up the guidebook for the card meetings. So you have a black and white image. And this is what I was talking about at the beginning. So I read on the back of the box that we had a plant association. So I love that. That really kind of speaks to me. We have a quote from the Bible. And then there is a description of what is in the image. And then there is an oracular one. And then meaning. And then down here, looks like there's journal prompts for the card. And so I'm very quickly just going to go through, and it goes over to the next page, lots and lots of journal prompts. And so that's what you get for each of the minors. And then let's just have a quick scoot over to, and then the family cards come next. So for the family cards, again, we still have a plant association. So it is tobacco with a mother of sticks, a description of the image, and then the meaning. So I'm really excited that this with the plant associations. And then we go to the minors. And so the minors page description and all of that is a lot shorter. The bulk, the body, the magic of these cards is going to be in the major arcana. I see Jen's question. I'm just going to double check that. I will go back. So again, plant, description of the image, and the meaning. So very, very short for the minor arcana. So for example, let's go to a card that I found challenging. So I didn't know what this was, this green blanket or thing that was hanging in the 3. And let's see if we have an answer here. The plant, I'm not familiar with. A root worker is standing at the peak of Mount Cheaha, the highest natural point in Alabama, or Cheaha. He wears a cape. Oh, that's a human. Okay, so I totally misunderstood the card. So there's a human here. Let me get my little chopstick. There's the face, and this is a cape. He wears a cape of kudzu leaves for protection against any malefic spirits as he contemplates. So the meaning of the 3 of sticks: improved finances, travel, exploration, becoming a leader, seeing the big picture, embarking on a quest, expansion, feeling free and uninhibited, visionary powers, reaping the reward. And then there's a short negative meaning. I'm just going to really quickly pull that card for you so you can see it, because I didn't see that when I first glanced at the card. Here it is here. Okay. All right. And I'm going to have to, no. This must be a tree in the background, or a cloud, I'm assuming. And so we've got, This is a little confusing for me because we have, it looks like he is holding a stick in his left hand, facing towards the left. Behind him are two sticks. So for me, there's a lot that can be read into that he's already moved at this point through the two sticks. I don't know if this is meant to represent the hair, or if this is a tree, or if this is a cloud, if this is part of him or not. I'm going to have to get a magnifying glass and really look at this. But this is really cool that this cape is made of these kudzu leaves. And I'm going to look up that plant medicine as well too, so I can understand that. JR says it's her hair. It's her hair. A root worker is standing at the peak of Mount. He wears a cape of kudzu leaves. Okay, so it is his hair. It is his hair. Okay. Really interesting. So you can see that in the deck, so this Four of Sticks is very peaceful and beautiful. So there are a sprinkling of cards that are not super challenging to read. And I love this. I was just talking about this with my daughter. She asked me where her placenta was. And so this is really funny that I'm reading this. I want to read this to you. This is the Four of Sticks. A happy couple is planting their baby's placenta with angelica flowers beneath a lush crepe myrtle tree in hopes of attracting good fortune to the child. That's so beautiful. Oh my God. You know, I was just yesterday talking to one of my daughters because she asked me where her placenta was. And I told her that where we planted it. And two of my kids, we planted the placenta with a tree in our yard. And then the other two kids, unfortunately, went to medical waste because they were birthed at a hospital and it didn't happen. But it's so synchronistic for me to read this here when I was just talking about this yesterday with my very own kid. Like, amazing. You know, and this kind of thing shows me that I opened this deck on the perfect day, and just this whole thing is it's just amazing, right? Just amazing. So I want to go to Jen's question about the author. So Jen, it doesn't say the word hoodoo specifically. It says she's a cultural anthropologist, a scholar of religion, esoterica, and mysticism. That she conducted fieldwork in New Orleans and Brazil, and is a member of the Society for Anthropology of Religion and various other religious organizations. So it doesn't say that she practices hoodoo. It just says that she is an expert on esoterica and mysticism, and she's a scholar of religion. So we just need to kind of trust that she knows what she knows what she's talking about. Okay. Now, the other thing to me that makes a good guidebook, is that you're not left in the dark. Because when a deck has a lot of layers and a lot of stuff going on, sometimes there may be a particular card, there may be a particular description where you kind of you're scratching your head. And I'm going to give you an example. And I come back to this example over and over again, because I feel that, so this makes a really good deck. And I really, really hope eventually that the creator of the Slow Tarot, which I'm very quickly just running through here, creates a guidebook. And I had a long discussion with her via several emails to unpack the Devil card, as well as a few other cards, the extra card in the deck. And she was very kind, and she answered several of my questions. And she basically said, I want people to explore on their own. I want people to find their own adventure with the deck. And this is a card, I've shared this before, that really mystifies me in this deck. And so I took a magnifying glass, I looked at the mask in the foreground, and I Googled turquoise mosaic mask, and I started reading all these things about the mask. But that's just me, right? Because I want to know what these weird little things are in the corner of cards and why they're there. I'm assuming they're there for a reason. And when the creator of the deck gives you, suggested reading, other resources, they actually use footnotes, right? This is excellent. It makes an excellent, excellent deck. And I really, really appreciate it, because it just makes it gives credit to the creator. And it also, if you're interested, makes our journey a little more, a little easier. So in the suggested reading, there is American connections, Black American religious experience. It's quite an extensive suggested reading list. There is about 10 books on hoodoo, conjuring, and folk magic. And then there is a historical background, Indigenous Americans references. And then she has recommended 4 books for tarot and occult. So I really, really appreciate that. It just, it helps. Okay, so I want to go to one of the major cards and share that with you. I am going to shuffle the deck, and I'm going to pull a card or two just for a brief reading. Yeah, that big queen is extraordinary. All right, so I'm just going to pick one. I'm just going to go to the 22. I'm going to go to these 22, and I'm going to do a little bit of bibliomancy. And just, where's the Fool? There it is. Okay, so I don't know if you ever do this. Sometimes I do this with tarot decks, with the guidebook. I just, instead of pulling a card, I just do this. So I'm just going to close my eyes, and I'm just going to read you one. Okay. So this is the Wheel of Fortune. This is Aunt Carolyn. And I'm going to show you the card, and I'm just going to read you a little bit about Aunt Carolyn, and especially understanding the image. So this is Aunt Carolyn here. To me, it looks like we've got what do you call it? A photo shoot. Looks like a photo shoot. The plant is hickory. The quote from the Bible is, "There is a time for everything and a season for every activity under the heavens." Of course, Ecclesiastes would be at the wheel. Aunt Carolyn is standing in the doorway of her home in Newport, surrounded by reporters. Carolyn Dye, aka Aunt Carolyn, was born into slavery in South Carolina before being relocated along with her parents to Arkansas. After being freed in 1865, she married and began work as a cartomancer, playing cards with her speciality. Okay, so one thing that's coming up for me now is that what I might do is pull in the Literary Witches Oracle and somehow build in some kind of a practice with the literary witches, because I feel like in the literary witches, there's some kind of similar vibe that's going on. Of course, it's not all straight up hoodoo, but it's, I think those two decks could really support each other. Aunt Carolyn had been aware of her psychic gifts as a child, and she quickly earned a reputation as an effective, reliable counselor. Her clients were racially diverse, and it was not uncommon to see entire trains of cars of people disembarking in Newport to seek out her services. She was industrious too. It goes on for a long description. When Aunt Carolyn appears in a reading, it is an indication that fate is a factor of regarding whatever you are inquiring about. Rack your brain about what you or someone else could have done differently if you like, but the truth is that everything turned out exactly how it was supposed to. This can be a very hard pill to swallow in an age when people want to believe that their thoughts and choices always dictate outcomes. Beautiful. So the meaning is this piece here. This is the description of the background of Aunt Carolyn. And then just like I said before, there's many, many journal prompts. from, I'm going to read you just a few of them. Have you thought about turning that unexpected incident into an opportunity? This was fated. Get out of your own way. You don't like change. Tough shit. It's about to. How do you feel about getting older? Why were you born? Why are you here? Miracles happen every day. So beautiful. I love that. I really love that. Yeah. And interesting about the Bible quotes. I didn't know there are no Bible quotes in the Minor Arcana, by the way. Just letting you know that. Okay. Very, very cool. Very interesting. Okay. So I'm going to pick up the deck and give it a shuffle, and let me know if you want to, and I will go back to the guidebook if the cards that we pull just feel like, okay, I don't know, I can't have any idea what the cards you're talking about. And I'm curious about the back of the cards too. On one aspect, it looks like the US of A. Oh, I see. Maybe she's got Alaska down there at the bottom. Right? It's a map of the US, but she's got Alaska joined in a weird way. Right? And the key. It's really nice as well, too, in the guidebook, if there is a description of, these are standard tarot size. They shuffle beautifully. They're not too thick. The publisher is called Destiny. So this is not a common mass market publisher. Do you have any tarot decks from Destiny? Anybody? Okay. So let's just go to one of those questions from Aunt Carolyn, because I love those questions, and I'm going to make that the intention of the reading. Actually, that's kind of hard. Okay. So my question is kind of a deck inquiry question, and that is, what is it? So here I am, white woman, Canada. As far as I know, I have no ancestral lineage to Black Americans. What is the, well, I'm just getting like, I'm getting so, like, this is very, like my heart, my passion, this feels close. It doesn't feel distant. And I don't want this to just be about me. I want this to be about everybody who chose to show up today. You're right. This is for all of you. What is the most important thing that this deck has to teach those who are seemingly disconnected from this culture? What is the most important thing this deck has to share with those who are seemingly disconnected from this culture? Okay, does that sit okay with everybody? I know if you're on your phones, you can't tag me. I see again. Sadhana, I'm feeling very unsettled right now. I'm wondering if there is a connection somehow with this deck. I was joking around earlier, but wondering now if I was just coping. Very interesting. Okay. And then I'll turn the camera and we'll put the cards right in front of our guardians. And if I need to, go to the guidebook, I will. Okay, so we have the pie. We have the ace of coins. Oh, I look so tired today. That's not nice. I look very tired. Okay. I'm going to see if I can do this. I need to zoom out. Whoops. I want you to see the whole. No, I'm just too darn close. Okay. I'm going to move the candle. I'm going to pull our guardians in. Put the candle over here. Put the candle over here. There we go. We make a pretty picture. So part of the process has to do with the picture. So that just a few cards came out the top. So that's the ace of coins, the two of baskets, and the six of baskets. Okay. So just off the top of my head, I feel welcome. I feel welcome. I feel, yeah, I almost feel like I'm being invited to the table to share the pie. That's what I feel. I feel very, very welcome. Hello, Kristen. Yeah, that's what I feel here. That's really, really, really beautiful. Okay, so I'm going to leave you with that. And most of you in the chat read tarot, so you can understand what I'm saying about that welcoming. I also love that these cards are minor arcana. It feels gentle. It feels like a gentle invitation into this deck, a gentle awakening into the deck. Having that six of baskets there makes me feel like, again, something about the connection and all of that. Yeah. Kind of beautiful, hey? So I will I'll definitely post this on Instagram, try to find a way to share the picture. And let me know what you think about this. And I know it was kind of a long video, but I wanted to take you through my, kind of how I do this. Yeah. Alrighty. Well, thank you all. Oh, I just want to go back. I need to go back and do the announcements. So just bear with me. For those of you that are still here. So last week, I messed up. I was supposed to be on Amber's channel last week, and I screwed up by 3 hours. Instead of taking away 3 hours, I added 3 hours. And so tomorrow I'm going to be on Lavender Moon's channel at 12 Pacific. 12 Pacific. And I'm going to be talking about court cards. And then a week today, the yogic practices for awakening your intuition begins. And this is a really practical course where we actually I guide you through and I show you different ways to help awaken your third eye chakra, stimulate, awaken, exercise your third eye chakra so that you can learn to trust more, so that you can learn to trust your intuition more. And in the chat, Alana and Jen took this course in the last group of people. And so you can ask them, how the teachings resonated with them. This is not a physical asana practice. You're not moving. We're just sitting around chatting, doing meditation kind of exercises, breath, different focuses to help clear our somewhat calcified third eye chakra. And they're really, really beautiful practices. And then a few days after that, the tarot classes start. None of the classes are full yet. There was a little bit of a surge at the beginning when I announced this a couple of weeks ago, but none of them are full. So there's room for any of you to join in. And also, I think it's important to know that when I teach these classes, they're fluid. They're fluid with whoever shows up. And they're never exactly the same as they were the time before. And so if you ever feel inclined to take a class again, just know that there's a reason for that. And it's totally cool to take a class again as well too. I know I have done that. And part of in the Japanese Reiki lineage, we're actually required to do that. So we're not allowed to go on to level 2. So when you take level 2, you have to take level 1 and then you take level 2. When you do level 3, you have to do level 1, 2, 3 again. So it's like this. It's like really kind of gives you time to absorb the teachings is what it's about. So yeah, not that you have to do that. I'm just putting that out there. Clavis is here. Hello, welcome to Clavis. Okay, I think I missed some of you coming in. Burning Dreamer, hello. I didn't say hello to you, and you came in a little bit late. So enjoy the rest of your day, and I'll be back on at 6 p.m. tonight for live readings. Namaste.